Are you aware of the rise in young people choosing fitness over drinking? If so, why do you think this is?
Good morning, Harry. Thank you for the interview today. We are actually, yeah, there's been a significant change, and down to many factors really. Cost of living is one. Lifestyle choices, obviously the last 20, 30 years have changed massively, where people are more conscious about the body image, living longer, and just in general, people tend to be more occasional drinkers instead of everyday drinkers, which is, I think, the main reason why people are choosing fitness over pubs, and it's probably a good thing, but obviously the trade still has to survive in its form, some form, but yes, I do agree that there is a trend now where people are choosing more fitness lifestyle over the drinking culture that's been in the past.
So price is a factor then?
Prices are what?
A factor?
Yes, without a doubt, yeah. Price, with the duty we pay on beer, if you look at how much a gym membership would be for a month, say 60 to 80 pounds, a night out in a pub would probably cost you 50 to 80 pounds. So I think it's a massive factor in why people are choosing not to come out.
Have you noticed a change in young people at the pub?
As in what, their trends or?
People my age, have you noticed more people or less people?
The trend difference is it's not a daily drinking culture now. The culture we find in trade is it's more weekends and occasions, so World Cups, bank holidays, weekends. We don't tend to see younger people in the pub Monday through to Thursday. It's normally your locals, your older sort of generation that drink on a daily basis.
So my next question is, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to it already, but when you were my age, did you prefer the gym / fitness or drinking in a pub?
Both. Again, things have kind of changed. That there was very limited gyms when I was sort of 30 years ago, when I was kind of your age. But we used to do both. We used to do the gym, but we used to drink on a daily basis, which is another shift in patterns of people's behaviour. So things have changed significantly. I just said in the previous question that people are choosing to have that healthy lifestyle, whereas back in my sort of day, it was a bit of both, where we drink pretty much every day and use the gym, maybe not every day, but 3 to 4 times a week. But I think that's a pattern in sort of like how you've been brought up. It's sort of been passed down, whereas I think that the trend's breaking in this generation where people aren't using the pubs as much.
Do you think it's a good thing that my generation are less bothered about alcohol? Or do you think there are benefits to both?
I think everyone enjoys alcohol in the right way, and if it's used in the right way, it's not a bad thing. But I think when people go out and binge drink and they overindulge in drink, then it's not a good thing. But fitness is good. It's good to keep a healthy lifestyle, but also you can have alcohol as part of that healthy lifestyle in moderation.
If young people are going to the pub less, are you concerned about the future of pubs?
Yes and no. We'll always have the weekend trade. You'll always have your occasional trade, and sadly, the older generation that use the pub on a daily basis are sadly dying off, one by one. So there will come a point where pubs are a weekend sort of business, not so much a Monday through till Sunday. So I think patterns will change. I think business will change, but I do think pubs will survive.
Any final thoughts or anything you want to share?
Just on it, I mean, I think there's been so many factors in the last 10, 15 years, as to even 20 years. We had the smoking ban come in, which has affected pubs, which a lot of people decided not to drink in. Duty, there's revenue we have to pay, which is pushing prices up, wages, or your taxes that we pay. So there's a massive factor why people are drinking less, on top of the healthy lifestyle, which is a good thing. But until the government's trying to help us out and do a little bit more for us, I think the pubs will decline. As I said there, we will be sort of a weekend bank holiday sort of business, not a Monday through to Sunday business.
Do you think social media is a factor to why young people are in the gym more?
I do, yes. Get back to question one, really. When we look at body image, you see people, influencers as such, and people on all these sort of programs that you're looking at now, sort of Love Island and stuff. I think there's a massive factor why people are using gyms. People are using sort of medical cosmetics to make themselves look better. And obviously drinking every day and using the pub every day is probably not the diet you want to be on to make yourself look like what they're trying to achieve. So I do think social media, I do think all forms of media have played a big part in people's perception of how they look and how they want to look.
Do you think that's a good thing that people are going to the gym to improve their looks, or do you think it's a bad thing because they feel pressure to look a certain way?
Well, vanity and being vain is a personal preference, I guess, but there's nothing wrong with looking good and feeling good. That's what everyone should be trying to achieve. But yeah, I think there's enough room in every industry for everyone to do what they want to do, and it's personal preference for how they choose to spend their time. And like I say, there's many people that we know that do use the pub on a lesser basis and use the gym. So it can work together. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Okay, and that's enough. I got